That's insane. That is a lot of leveling up. I'm only level 12, and as I said, we've been playing it for like 48 hours, and I'm only level 12.
Wait a minute, you're still level 12?
I've been doing a lot of side quests and stuff, but yeah. Because you get more credits for doing, more XP for doing the main story, apparently.
But surely after you spent like 48 hours, you should be able to go above level 15. You sure it's like 20 is 20, is it?
1, 2, 12.
Wow.
I don't know why I'm only level 12. I should be higher than that. I've been playing a lot of inventory management and stuff. I don't know.
Well, guess what level I am at the moment.
20.
33.
Oh, bloody hell, you're so far ahead of me. You've only been playing it like 2 hours more than me. I'm just too chill, I guess. You're just like... I don't know. I'm just still chilled out.
Do you know...
I was like, I'm just going to mess with my ship for like 4 hours.
Do you know the secret to this?
Come on.
If you travel all the way to Heisenberg on the further right of the galaxy, you get to Heisenberg, and when you fly down, you can kill a lot of those spiders, like you see ones from like Super Mario 64. Well, they're not like actual spiders. It's just like some deer-like 8-legged things with huge sacks on their backs. I killed a bunch of them along other creatures so I can get a lot of experience.
Wow. Yeah, I like the way you're super efficient. I've just been like, I'm just going to go to this mission now. You're like, what's the quickest way I can level up? I'm just like, I'm just going to go over here. Oh, man, I'm gutted that you're so far ahead of me. That's annoying. Oh, well, I need to work on that.
Well, that's not the only way you can level up, because I started to build outposts because one best feature of the outpost is that you can grow plants, you can grow bits and pieces. Like, you don't just set it as a home. You can also set up factories in it, so you can like get extractors or something like that, and then you feed it into the storage containers using output links, and then you just feed it into the other containers for you to take back home. That's
what I've done as well. I got that as well. That's awesome. So you've been doing outpost building. Have you played around with the spaceships?
Well, I'll get to that soon, because it just leads to another one, which is related to what I'm talking about, and that's I set up a huge outpost, which I call EXP Farm. So I went into the outpost, got the cobalt and nickel in the same area, dotted a lot of the extractors and a lot of solar fans, which I then linked them up to about 50 storage containers each for each mineral.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Good.
And then I just got it through the transfer container, and then I got the cargo link to receive aluminium and helium just to get resources for building and having extra power. But what I then did is I set up a building there with some turrets. I just went inside to have a workbench, and then I used the workbench to like mass produce isolated magnets, or isotoped magnets. So I made like hundreds of them to get loads of experience.
Wow. That's insane. I've not done any
That's
of
how
that
I
yet.
got.
You're like shooting me up, yeah.
That's how I got to about level 33, because it gives me a bunch of levels, but it does assume as if you had to sleep and wait for quite a while. But you can speed this up by traveling to Venus in the solar system, because each hour you spend there is equivalent to 100 hours.
All right, okay. That's a lot. There's a lot of time. 100 hours.
That's enough to like. It's only like spending 1 hour, which is enough to get back to the outpost there, and you can stack loads of magnets. You'll get overcumbered about 20,000 over 200.
Jesus Christ.
But I still managed to get over to the ship and went over the shops to sell them all. And I got about 30,000 credits for selling all those magnets. But it gets worse, which I haven't got to this. Well, what I did is, apparently you can build another outpost where you can get things like, I think it's at the moment, it's like titanium, copper, and beryllium. If you set those up to farm more of those, you can create those gauge plates wherever these are. But if you combine them with magnets, you'll get comms relay, which gives you like extra experience. So you'll be able to create all those extra bits so you can get loads more experience. So that way, if you spend about 30 or 60 minutes, which is much faster than the PC because you click on the slider and mouse clicked on them, you can get experience in seconds. But Xbox is much slower because you had to repeatedly click on the white bumper or the D-pad white to...
Damn you, Xbox.
Yeah, then you can just spam making all those magnets and all the comm relays. And it's even possible to get over to level 100 in one sitting, just by creating magnets and, of course, comm relays.
That's insane. Well, no wonder you're at such a high bloody level. Jeez. You show me up, but it's like, okay, you're very efficient when it comes to all your leveling up. I'm just playing the game. I'm just not even thinking about all this
I just
stuff.
want to make sure I don't suck in doing missions. That's all.
No, it's a good idea. I need to start leveling up more. I'm annoyed because I got like this stuff I want to level up, and I'm like, when am I going to get an XP? And I feel like I'm never getting XP. It literally feels like I played the game for like 10 hours. Like, hey, finally got another XP. Woohoo! I have to do like 6 missions. It feels like they're quite stingy with the XP. So it's interesting that you could do that. I'll have to look at the like guides online and stuff, try to get some ideas. That's hilarious. Yeah. So I got the 2 bases, but I've mainly been spending a lot of time making spaceships. Thank you for listening to the X Marks the Box podcast. Follow us at X Marks Box on Twitter or X Marks the Box on YouTube. And follow us on all audio podcast services. Thanks for listening.